So, do you guys feel pressure when you coach? Is there any type of pressure that you guys feel with, you know what I mean, your sponsorship deals that you might have, or?
Well, the pressure comes from you have to win. I mean, someone's not going to sponsor someone that, is not going out there representing their brand correctly. So you got, I mean, I hate to say that, but you have to go out there and compete. I can't always say win, but you have to at least go out there and compete.
And put on a show.
So my motto is always make it to the Final Four of every tournament. And what we do thereafter, is what we do. But at least try to get to the semifinal.
Yeah. I think, actually I'm at my most comfortable when the game is in between the lines, to be honest with you. Pressure situations in the game, anything like that has to do with the actual basketball play, doesn't bother me. It never has. The pressure comes from the stuff outside of that. And, we talked about it earlier about, the different dealings with the kids and the parents and stuff like that. But speaking of what Dennis said, as we're both, two sponsored programs, you have that pressure because you have to put out a product that's worth for the investment. And so, that does go into your mind about what events you decide to attend, because you want the showcase, you want the attention and play in those big events, but you also want to be able to go and compete in those events, right? And so we have to kind of take that into consideration when we're thinking about different venues to play and things like that. But there's pressure in everything. I mean, but I don't think that Dennis and I have been doing this a long time, and I don't want to speak for him, but we've been doing this long enough now to we know kind of how the atmosphere is going to be. When you play on a certain team, there's going to be a big following.
It's going to be a packed house.
It's going to be a packed house.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I think the pressure for us as coaches is the fact that we're putting a group of kids out there that we can't control everything. We can't control the narrative of everything that's happening. We can put you in all the success and things like that, plays and the personnel, but ultimately we can't control you using your right hand or your left hand or anything like that. So, but for most coaches, when the games are on the line, that's the most peace that a coach will be in that particular time.
We tell parents all the time, as coaches, we're not here to train your kid.
Right.
Because a lot of parents get that misconstrued.
You're there to coach them.
We're there to coach.
Yeah,
right.
Most definitely.
What you do outside of what we do, as far as the training, that's on the parent and that kid. So when parents come to us like, oh, well, man, you guys are not, showing my kid how to dribble left, that's not our job.
Right.
Our job is to get your kid to the next level as far as the coaching.
It's their job to train outside of basketball.
That's right.
So, as you're going back, there's you guys have definitely diva, well, I don't know if you had diva parents, do you?
Yes.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Without a doubt.
But I'm with it with you. You see what I'm saying? You're in the younger, but we're the same team, so it's different. So I definitely know we have diva parents on our team. So do they drive you crazy, don't they?
The parents that I have now, no.
But if you in the past.
In the past, oh yeah, man. You take that stuff home with you, and it's like you try not to get upset or angry because Here's the thing that parents don't understand. We're there to win.
Correct.
We're coaching to win. We're not coaching to lose. We're not traveling all these places to lose. But it happens. So if it happens, then hey. But you're in the 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. You got years of basketball left to play. So, but those are things we had to learn over the years as well. It wasn't something we just picked up.
Yeah. We My thing is, so I made the change, maybe 3 years ago, Dan? I made the change to stop actually coaching my son. So I coached the class of 2027, but my oldest son is class of 2029. And I made the decision at the time, which I thought was smart, to stop coaching him to avoid a bias. The parent, oh, he's the coach's son. Even though I've never been that way. He played, my son got his playing time where he got his playing time. Dennis and I have never been those type of coaches, right?
Daddy ball.
And we don't do, that's the definition of daddy ball. We don't do that, right? So I thought that it would be easier for me to coach a group, 8, 9, 10 players in which I have no affiliation. You're not my baby brother, you're not my son, you're not my nephew, you're not my cousin, not my next door neighbor, anything like that. So I love you all equally, I coach you all equally. Are there different leashes and things like that for the kids? Absolutely, right? But, you know, it was I have no skin in the game. So, you know, you should understand my genuine, you know, how genuine I am in being here. I thought that would be the case. And it come to find out that is not. And so in doing that, when you talk about like, you know, do parents drive you crazy? I wouldn't necessarily say crazy, but I will speak on this season. And I'm gonna say this and be as honest as I possibly can be. We've been playing basketball since January. It's June tomorrow, next day, whatever, June, next couple of days. I haven't enjoyed one win that we've had all year. One.
I can agree with that.
Because when we win games, it's not, hey guys, great job. It is for the most part, it's, hey, we beat them by 25. We should have beat them by 40.
And why is that though, Marcel? Why haven't you enjoyed yourself?
I just haven't done it because every time we play, there's always something negative.
I can tell that like with the way like sometimes you'll be walking the bench, and I can tell like with your personality, I can tell like, oh, like you're walking like this, like you're upset. Like I can tell like you sitting on the bench. I can tell when you're coming to practice, like you don't enjoy basketball. Like it's basketball as much as you used to. Like
I love the game. Like I love the game of basketball, and I love being able to teach it. And the reason why is because I've been at every different level, right? So I played it. You know, I played it all the way through high school. I coach it and I officiate it. I've been a parent in the stands. So every level of basketball, which you can see as a player, as a coach, as an official, as a fan in the stands, I've lived that. I live it, right? And no matter what, it just seems like if I make 3 parents happy or 3 kids happy, I've got 2 or 3 more that aren't happy for whatever reason. And so
you get those side conversations going with parents who try to build some type of alliance, so to speak, and they're, oh yeah, man, you know, this, that, and the third, and then they'll go to another parent, hey man, so how you feel about this and that? Well, yeah, man, your son should have been. They're not even caring about their kid. They just want to build this alliance together. And then now you got 3 or 4 parents that every time you take a loss, you know, or a win that was close,
they're looking for it.
Yeah.
I even experienced that with my dad. Like, he coached me for what? From 4th grade through 6th grade. And like, we had issues with like parents. Just like I know how, like I don't know how it is to be a coach, but like I can understand like there are frustrations that come with certain parents. So with him, it was like there was always like it didn't matter like finding a gym. Like if you can't find a gym, if you can't find a practice, if you can't tournaments, I mean, uniform, shoes, like anything. Like there's always something negative coming out of a situation.
What's so crazy when I talk to Marcel? What's so crazy about his situation is that these parents don't pay nothing. These kids got free uniforms. They got, you know, you're a sponsor program. Yeah, you may have to pay for gas or a hotel, but you're not paying for the tournament. You're not paying the $350, $400 tournament fee. You're not paying for the Adidas shoes that you guys are wearing that are probably $100 for the sneakers. I mean, you're not paying for 2 or 3 uniforms.
That's what's nice being on a sponsored team.
Yeah,
that's really what is nice about being on a sponsored team is you don't have to pay. I mean, yeah, you're paying for travel, flights, hotel, but dude, like you're not paying for tournaments because let's say you're not on a sponsored team, right? You're paying anywhere from as a player like $25 to $50 a tournament you play in. So that's what's nice about being on a sponsored team is you don't have to pay for those.
And even coming up through the rank, because me and Marcel and I, we used to,
do it ourselves.
We used to do it ourselves.
We used to do it ourselves.
And we used to have basically the whole team traveling because there was just parents that couldn't get off work.
They
just couldn't do it, and we made sure that it was done.
But you know, like for the group that we have, and you know, we've had Dennis and I both, we have sponsored programs, and it's great. You know, and you know, every kid pays, if every kid had to pay something, let's just say we play in 10 tournaments. Let's just say 10, make it a nice round number, right?
Yep.
We play in 10 tournaments. They average $300 a tournament. Okay. And then you've got 10 kids, and everybody's paying $30. You know, that money that $300 is something that you don't have to pay. The uniforms cost $100 a pop. You don't have to pay that. Our team, in particular, we have 4 sets of uniforms. Nobody has to pay for those. That's another $400 you save.
And the warm-ups.
The warm-ups.
And the shoes that we're going to get.
The shoes that we wear. And we wear, so we're an Adidas, ironically, as I'm wearing Nike, right? But we're an Adidas sponsored program. And we wear the big time Adidas shoes. Stuff. Dame Lillard's, James Harden's, you know, we're not wearing Trae Young's. Like we wear, so the shoes that are $150 a pop. And the kids have those, you know, custom slides and things like that. So, you know, we try to take care of the kids. Ironically, like Dennis and I talk about all the time, my situation, I'm not reinvesting anything into it. And I love to do it, right? I love to help the kids and I love to be a part of it. But, you know, my son's 11. You know, the kids I'm coaching 13, 14 years old. And, you know, when we travel, I have to pay too. You know, but I'm not paying to travel to see my son play, right? So it takes a different type of love and level to be able to step away from your family, to be able to coach a group. And I love to do it, you know, but I'm just seeing, you know, sometimes it's just not, it doesn't feel, I'm not going to speak for parents and things like that, but it just doesn't feel like it's appreciated all the time. And, you know, those things are frustrating. You know, it takes a toll on you, you know, at times. And so, you know, we have come across some great parents over our years. Dennis has a great group of parents, and we have come across, you know, over our years, a great group of, you know, a great group of parents at every stop that we've had. You know, but sometimes you have 1 or 2 bad apples that kind of spoil it for you. And it takes a toll on you. It does.
So I have like a fun topic. This is kind of for you and me.
Okay.
So like, if I could build a team of players,
okay,
like to play with. So these are like some of the kids I like to play with.
Okay.
So JG.
Okay.
I like playing with
Jason Garden. Shout out to Jason Garden Jr.
Yeah, you got JG.
Dinky, if you listening, Dinky.
Big Isaiah.
Okay.
The big long kid
from Team. Okay.
Yeah. Brock. I love playing.
B Woods.
I know. Yeah. So let's go guard. So I got a kid down south. His name's Jace. I'd love to play with you. Bell. I know you're watching. I know you are. I know Jace. I know you're watching too.
Okay.
You told me. So those are like 6 kids, and then some, like, let's just go 2 other. A guard. I like playing with Skylar and Bobby. I do, because Bobby plays physical like me. So me and Bobby like play physical. And then Skylar, he's just long and he's athletic.
He is.
So when he gets a setup, like when he can jump.
Yeah. Shout out to Skylar, Bobby, and JG. They joined Klinton with Indiana Elite, so we like that too.
So that would be my team right there. I mean, I don't think that's a bad team. And Marcel, shout out to Marcel.
Okay.
Come on, you gotta come back, dude.
All right.
We need a big guy.
We do.
We need one.
We do.
So, yeah.
That's a good group. That's good balance. You know, kids that can shoot it, kids that, you know, we can dominate inside and stuff like that with Marcel and Brock. That's a good mix of talent there. So you put it together, man. Hey, we can.
I'm starting on that team too.
There you go.
So that's how that. So let's just go a little rapid fire here. So let's ask a couple questions.
Okay.
What do you guys listen to on like a daily basis, music wise? Do you guys listen to a podcast? What kind of music do you guys listen to?
I'm old school, so I listen to a lot of R&B.
Yeah. So do I. I mean, no offense to anybody that's under 30, but the music that you guys listen to, I can't. And I know I sound like my father. He probably said the same thing, but you know, I prefer R&B to it. Just something you can put on, relax, kind of on your drive home from work or from the gym or stuff like that. But You know,
I'm a huge Jay-Z fan.
Yeah,
too,
it's
anything
older school. Yeah,
I like Kanye.
Jadakiss.
I like Kanye and Nelly.
I like Kanye.
You don't like Nelly?
I like Kanye.
You don't like Nelly?
I like Kanye before 2010. Nelly, when Nelly was good, you weren't even born yet.
I was gonna say back. I guess back in the day, Nelly.
Yeah, 2000 Nelly,
Yeah.
2001. You weren't even born yet. Country Grammar Nelly. That's what
Country
he was
Grammar.
good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you.
Not the country
yeah.
Nelly.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hear the end of this one.
Yeah, but yeah, older, you know, the rappers that we came up with, they're relevant over a longer generation of music. Jay-Z's been relevant since the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. I mean, you know, Lil Wayne's been relevant since the late 90s. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I like Drake.
I like Drake,
Drake
J.
makes
Cole,
music.
Kendrick Lamar, you know,
Cole's one of my
but
favorites.
all the new
He's
little,
dope.
the little whoever, everybody's a little
Lil
something.
Uzi Vert.
I don't like Lil Uzi Vert.
You know, everybody's a little something.
His music doesn't sound like he's in puberty.
Or names,
Yes.
you know, names that like people just like. I mean, I don't know.
Lil Durk, Lil Baby.
Like that's what I'm saying. All the little.
Duh, baby. Like,
I mean,
yeah, don't.
You know,
I
like
don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I mess with Lil Baby.
I do too.
I like the baby.
I like Rod Wave.
It's like used to.
I mess with Lil Baby.
You guys like Rod Wave?
Yeah, I like Rod
Yeah,
Wave.
that's
He's dope. But Lil
Yeah.
Baby, he's it, bro.
But
Anything he
it's
hops
not-
on is.
It's not everybody. You know, it's not everybody.
Lil
But
Baby's
it's
it, man, by far.
Yeah, yeah. It's not.
He said
It's
he's
not
a modern
all
day Lil
dudes.
Wayne. He said on one of his verses. You know, so I mean, Lil
That's
Baby
a lot to
just
live up to.
he it though, man. He it right now.
You guys got Prince or Michael Jackson?
Ooh.
I don't know, man. That's dope. I mean, that's pretty
Musically or performing?
Okay.
I go with Mike, man. I got
Yeah, musically or performing?
Okay, so music wise, I'm going with Prince. But if I'm
Music-wise-
gonna see somebody perform, I'm going to see Michael
Jackson.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, Prince was something good.
Nah, Michael Jackson can perform. He can sell out a third world
Yeah.
country.
Okay.
Like,
I'm a huge Mike fan, man. Yeah, I got
going to Bucharest.
I
man.
like Prince though.
I like Prince.
He's dope too.
You know, rest in peace to both of them. But you know, I'm gonna say Mike. I'm gonna say Mike. Fun fact of the show. This is the honest to God's truth. I'm related to Michael Jackson.
For real?
So Joe Jackson and my maternal grandfather are first cousins. Their moms were sisters. So my grandparents lived in Gary, Indiana my entire life. My grandfather's middle brother, his name is Timothy Brown, still living. Uncle Tim, I'll send this to you. My entire life until Michael Jackson passed, lived at 2300 Jackson Street. It was always just Uncle Tim's house to me. How they fit all those kids in this house, I have no idea.
We went down there.
Yeah, it's 700 square feet. How they fit a family that big in there, I have no clue. It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. You know, the kitchen is like staying at an extended stay hotel. I mean, but that's a fun fact, you know, and people used to never believe me when I say that. So I used to call my grandmother and just say, hey, what do I always say? And she would go ahead and say it, you know, rest in peace to my grandmother. But yeah, like, you know, they're from Gary. That's where my family is from. And, but yeah, I'm musically, production in the back end, maybe Prince. But getting on stage, performing, I'm going with MJ all day. The glove, man. It's the glove. The moonwalk, that's, you know.
So, where is your guys' favorite place to, like, let's say we're going out, okay, it could be in-state too, like the Pacers Athletic Center, but where is your favorite venue to play basketball at?
ESPN, Worldwide Sports.
In Orlando.
Where they have nationals at, man, for several reasons. One, because all the games are in one spot. You go to one spot and play, that's it. Secondly, just it's second to none. What I love about it the most, as this is gonna be my coach speaking, the kids are down here on the floor. Parents got to go way up in the stands. You can't even hear the parents. It's beautiful basketball.
Nothing.
All you hear is dribbling and squeaks. That's what I love to hear. But the venue itself, and for those who are watching who are not familiar, that's where they played the bubble. The 2020 NBA championship is the same venue there. The way that they do opening ceremonies, everything is first class. It's on time. The officiating is well. All the spaces are nice. They take care of the boys. They treat the boys and girls with respect. You don't have to bring in balls. You don't have to worry about somebody doing the scores table or running the clock or anything like that. You get what you pay for. So that's by far my favorite venue.
Yeah, I have to agree. Mine too. But I also love our PAC center, our Pacer center up here is pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's always ran professionally. I love that place too. Shout out to Sam too from Base Fundamental. He just ran Hell's Kitchen too at forgot the name of that venue.
It was in Dearborn. The Hypes was
Dearborn.
Hype.
Yeah, Hype
Hype
Center.
Center.
Yeah, Hype Center.
Sam always runs a good tournament, man.
Yeah, shout out to
Sam
Sam.
Candy
Base
runs
Fundamental.
Base Fundamental. Yeah.
He ran a great venue, man. He's really good.
Yeah. All right, so my favorite place to play. Well, that I've played this year. It's a place in Alabama.
At the Hoover Metro.
The Hoover, yeah, that
Hoover
place,
Metro
that place
Complex.
is,
Ooh, I forgot about
that
that.
place,
that's a good- that's
that
it.
place is
That is
nice.
And if everybody's listening, listen. The shout out to Clyde Jackson
Yes.
who runs that.
That place is nice.
Big Clyde, he runs the Battle of Magic City.
Yes.
It's in March every year. That is a national tournament. So if you guys are watching, coaches, players, things like that, if you don't go, tell your coach you need to go.
That's the tournament.
That's a tournament where you can see, it's in Birmingham, Alabama, where you can play everybody in the country because
everybody goes to that tournament.
But it's right there. It's
Yeah.
conveniently located to the south. The Midwest is not that far, even the East Coast. Guys come across from Seattle, California, LA, Arizona, things like that. They come and play. Every age group has at least 30 teams in it, which is unheard of. And over a 3-day span, it's a big tournament.
It's a very nice tournament.
So to the CEO, Clyde Jackson, if you're watching, man, shout out to you. That's a very good tournament.
I forgot the name of the one, the T3. I forget the name of that gym.
Court Force?
Court for Sports.
Yeah, Court for Sports.
Court for Sports.
Yeah.
Shout out to Terry T3 TV.
Yeah. And Carlos Davis too. They help run that. It's in Mason, Ohio.
Yep.
Cincinnati.
I heard they're coming out with a Spooky Nuke in Ohio too, so that has 18 courts. So I can't wait. Yeah, 18 courts, Spooky Nuke. So I can't wait to see that how that all goes down.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you said, as we were talking earlier, you have a kid and he's older. He's 22, right?
Yes, Dylan.
He's going to play where at? Overseas?
Over in Spain. He played at IU South. He didn't go to a big name college of a sort. He just went and did numbers. Was All American, has a scoring title there. Just did his thing. It's all about doing numbers when you get to that level. And like I told him, he's not playing at Kentucky or one of the big name schools, but he caught up with all of them, the ones that went to the big name schools. He done surpassed him. He's going overseas to make some money. He's going over to Spain. So shout out to Dylan. Proud of you.
Nephew.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
So let's just say we have class of 2026, 2027, 2028, and 2029. What class do you think is the strongest class out of all those classes?
2029 by far.
He's going to be biased. I knew he was going to say
2029 by far.
I think 27 is a special class. 27 has kids in it that are like superb. I mean, like the number one kid in the class is Jalen Mitchell. And he plays 26, ironically. He's like 6'5", 6'6", can play the point, and he can play the 1 through the 5. I mean, and it's no doubt some kids that we've seen in 27 that are just superb. Cameron Barnes from Kansas City United, he's a freak athlete. His nickname is Biggie, man, but he is 6'5", 6'6".
See, that's the difference between 2029 and the other groups.
Yeah.
I can sit here and name 60 kids, not just 2, that are going to be something. King Bakat, his brother plays for North Carolina. He's going to be first round in the draft. He's awesome. You got Rashawn Robinson, terrific. You got Jaden from BNU. You got Gap, a couple kids from our team, Gavin, my son. You got Deuce. You got the list goes on and on in 2029.
I mean, there's
shout out to the ones that I'm
big
not
time
just sitting here
in
trying to pub or nothing, but that 2029 group, man, and I know a lot of people that are going to watch this and coaches that are watching this. That group is special. That class is special. No knock on 27, but that 2029 class is a special group.
That's gonna be a biased question.
I'd like to see some of your 2029 kids. Do you think they'll be dunking into you?
Oh yeah, dude, man, I got a kid, Marcel.
Deuce,
yeah. Man, this kid, he's athletic as all get. I mean, the bigger kid.
Is he the taller kid?
No,
that's the thing.
No. He's a guard.
He's a guard, but he's athletic as all get out.
And it's kind of hard to compare them because our kids are
develop.
in puberty. They're starting to hit puberty.
You're talking about KD. KD's gonna be done. His older brother is 6'5" already. He goes. I think they're in Fishers.
Yeah, they go to HSC.
Yeah. And KD's gonna be. I mean, he's gonna be a monster. Like Rashawn's gonna be a monster. It's a lot of these. Like I say, I don't want to name drop because then I'll forget and people will be hitting me
upset.
up.
Yeah. But the thing about Indiana basketball specifically is the fact that if you watch it from a different state, it's just basketball in them other states. You know what I mean? Here in Indiana, it's something different. It's a lifestyle. But
Reggie Evans' son,
RJ.
Shout out to Reggie Evans. He played with the Brooklyn Nets. His son, RJ, freak athlete. Yeah. Freak. One of the youngest kids in 2029 as well. And that kid is a freak athlete, man. I mean, when we talk about dunking, he's going to be there. I mean, his dad is 6'7", 6'8". Reggie's huge. You know, his daughter's already going to D1 colleges. They're nice size. And RJ's following right behind footsteps.
What do you think about reclasses?
I think when they do rankings, I think they should do it by age because you got a lot of these kids that are, just speaking 2029, you got these kids 12, 13 years old, going against kids that are 11 years old. Yeah.
And the way their bodies develop.
So it's completely different. So if people want to do, that's on them. If they want to reclass, like Marcel and I always say, when you turn 15 and you want to try to go to the circuit, you want to try to go EYBL or Under Armour, whatever circuit you want to go to, Adidas, it's 15U.
It's 15U.
16U, 17U.
Right.
So these kids that are playing 12 years old, they're 12 years old playing 5th grade basketball, 29. And so it doesn't matter when you turn 15, you've been playing basically 2 years down.
Right.
And
it's
that's
a big rude awakening.
It's going to hit you bad.
It's a big rude awakening.
It's going to be a crazy rude awakening.
Yeah. So I always say, Dennis and I always talk about it. Your grade doesn't make you older. Your age does.
Facts.
And so I personally would like to see travel basketball go back to what it was when we were coming up and it just be all age based.
Facts.
And stop going from 6th grade to 5th grade to 4th grade, 3rd, 7th. It's just 14U, 13U, 12U. Because my thing is like this. If I have a gifted kid that's 11, but he's a freshman in high school, but he's smart, he's 11, should he have to play freshman? Should he have to play 9th grade because he's gifted, because of what grade he is, because he's smart? But he's only 11. You see what I mean? So, I would like to see it go back to age.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up with this one.
Sure.
So let's talk about we're Adidas. We play for an Adidas program, and you're like Nike. So
check.
What? Yeah, check. What do they say? Checks over stripes. Is that what they say? I'm not saying that. Don't. But that's what they say. So what do you like about Adidas, and what do you like about Nike? And we'll talk about what are the pros and cons of Nike.
I'm gonna say this. Getting to a circuit period is impressive in itself. No matter if it's the Under Armour circuit, the Adidas circuit, the Nike circuit.
Puma.
Even Puma's starting a circuit, New Balance is trying to start a circuit, things like that. Getting to a circuit, there's top flight competition in every circuit. I know everybody says EYBL is the made all be all, but there's independent teams that can compete with EYBL and three SSB teams. But being on that circuit is a different level of basketball. Obviously, I'm biased, right, because I'm a part of Adidas, right? So
he's gonna be biased.
So there. But I'm gonna say being on that circuit when you have those things and the coaches that attend those events and things like that is impressive, and you'd be surprised what you can get from that being on that circuit. I've seen EYBL produce some high major caliber players, and I've seen 3SSB do the same, especially for our kids here in the state. So, I'm definitely gonna say those two are better than Under Armour. That's gonna be me. But at least from the product that we produce out here in the state. But
because we don't have very many Under Armours.
Well, we have one. We have in the state. We have somebody in every circuit. We have Grand Park that.
Oh yeah, they did switch over to Armour.
Yeah, Indiana Elite that represents Adidas, and then Indy Heat and the Georgia program right there with Nike. So You know, it's
Nothing,
it's
I mean, I'm not gonna be biased. It's just these are just facts. No, I mean, nothing's bigger than Nike. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, EYBL is just. I mean, there's no comparison. Like when you want to take EYBL, Nike, and compare it to something, it's not even comparable. You know what I mean? Because you got the big name kids that are all the big name NBA players that are starting programs. They're all going to EYBL. They're all going to Nike because that's just the only way to go. So that's how I feel.
All right. Well, you have a couple going Adidas as well. Jalen Green, he's got his Adidas program. Trey Young's got his Adidas program.
Harden's got
his.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Gaines got
it
his.
definitely just depends.
Oakland, yeah.
And you have Russ with who's Nike.
Yeah, his team, why not?
Yeah, but it's just like with the shoe brand. Well, teams also like LeBron will strive for greatness, but you have a lot of yeah.
You'll have the Puma brand start to get bigger as Nike wins, DeAndre Jordan, LaMelo Ball. You know, those people as they start representing the Puma brand a little bit more. You'll start having, you know, that circuit kind of have some pull up.
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
I forgot about Michael Porter. Yeah.
He played with Kyle Guy, didn't he?
Here.
He's from
here.
He's from
here.
But he played AAU with Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was great talking to you guys. Most definitely.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So that was the end of podcast episode 2. It's crazy to say that, but thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
See you.